Hello everyone, my name is Greg and I dev stuff. Welcome everyone to episode 11 of Yakuza-like game in Unity. In this episode we will start implementing inventory system. The root folder is getting pretty, crowded at the moment. Let's clean it. Good, so today we want to introduce inventory for our character. An ability to store collected items, move them and use them when necessary. So let's select the main character. Create a new script called inventory. Open this newly created script. This script will be responsible for managing the player inventory. Create a new scriptable object called item. This scriptable object will describe the items in your game. Add create asset menu so we will be able to create the item instances in the editor. Let's add two fields, name and icon. Now, because we have added create asset menu, we can create instance of our item. For example, let's create those three items. Then we can edit the data of those items. What you need to understand is that those objects are the information of items your player will be able to find in your game. You're populating your game with possible items to find and use. It's just a data, it's a basis for the items which is present in your game. This episode is brought to you by generous support of people on Patreon and members on YouTube. If you want to join them, link to my Patreon in the description and join button available right now on YouTube. Now we need to put those items to use. We will begin by populating player inventory with items. Open inventory, and we need to create a new class called item slot. Item slot will hold the information of the item being stored in the inventory or any other container. So this is exactly what is called a slot in your inventory. More you have of them, the bigger your inventory. Create a list of item slots. Now we need to define the size of the player inventory. For this purpose, let's create a new constant variable called player inventory size. Then create a new method called init, where we will be initializing player inventory. Initialize the list, then populate this list of item slots with the new instance of the item slot. To make it possible to see our list of item slots in the editor, you need to mark the item slot as serializable. And we need to call the init of the inventory from the start. Good, as you can see we have a bunch of slots now, and now we can start using those slots for items. Open inventory and create a new method called add. Pass a new item we want to add into our inventory as a parameter. Now we need to search our inventory for the empty slot to place an item we just received. Cycle through all the item slots and check if the item is null, which will mean the slot is empty. In that case, assign the past item as item inside the slot. So we have created a method to add item into our inventory. Now we want to create an object on the scene which a player can interact with, and it will be an item which the player can pick up, and then this item will be transferred to the inventory of the player. So remember the interactable object, right? Open it. Let's add serialized field for the item. And then get the inventory of the actor and pass the item into the inventory. Assign the reference and let's interact with the interactable object. Oh. Oh, I see where the problem is. When we found an empty slot, we need to break out of the cycle to stop the execution of this cycle. Let's place 3 more interactable objects. Each will dispense different items to us. Good. In the next episode we will draw our inventory on the UI and show what is stored in our inventory. We're pretty much going to continue working on our inventory for next few episodes. Good. This is it for this episode. If you have any questions or any ideas about code, please leave your comment below. If you are interested in seeing what will come out of this, please subscribe. If you want to support further, you can find my Patreon in the description. Special thank you to Andrew Willong and This Old Hashdu for their generous support. With best regards, see you in the next episode.